Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Money Trail. I'm Carla, and I am just happy that everybody is here with me this evening. It is late. It probably won't upload until early morning hours, but you guys, something devastating has happened. It's finally, the poop has hit the fan, I should say. Want to know what it is? My nail popped off. I have been trying to wait to do a new set of nails. And Sandra's been talking about doing her nails, and I want to do my nails so bad, but I'm waiting for a new, see, she does the powder dip, and I do where you paint on the acrylic, you know, and I'm not a nail tech at all. I'm teaching myself, so it's been kind of rough, but I'm getting better at it. And anyway, and then I use the UV light. So these are not my natural nails. They're on my natural nails. But, you know, I've used the acrylic on it. And this one nail, I have been, I could see it. I don't want to put another nail on. I want to wait till I get my new polish in so I can do all fresh, you know, fresh stuff on it. And the new polish is pink, and it's probably not going to be till next week when it gets here. But I'm trying really hard, and so now I've got that one finger, and it's my pointy finger. That's probably why it broke. I probably do too much pointing with this finger. I'm pointing and pointing and pointing. No, I actually have a plastic. I can't show you how, like, you know, I don't know. It's like over a foot long pointer that I use with the kids when we're doing our letters. I use my pointing finger, and it's a hand that's pointing like this, and so I can point at the letters. And then the kids love it whenever you let them come up and get the pointer and find the letter that, you know, that you're studying for the week, or the number of the week, or even whenever we do our days of the week, you know, they love that. So okay, I'm just joking. The poop hasn't hit the fan, but darn it, it came off, and so now I don't know. I'm just gonna have to look at that one sore finger. It's not sore, but you know, sticks out like a sore thumb. But it's my sore pointer. Anyway, okay, so. We have some really great news, you guys. I'm cleaning my glasses, sorry. First, let me show you my shirt that I have on tonight. Now, you probably won't be able to read it. It's probably going to be backwards to everybody, so I'm sorry. But I'll tell you what it says, and some people can read backwards. Have you ever seen one of those memes pop up on Instagram or Facebook or Snapchat, and it's like, if you can read this, your brain, you are something brained, and it's like, all the words spelt backwards. Okay, well, you know, maybe you can read this. I don't know. But my shirt says, love like Jesus. And there's a reason I'm wearing this shirt, but I'll get to that later. Right now, I am super, super duper excited to tell everybody that this little bunka with the crooked pacifier, just take it off, has found her mommy. And her mommy, I'm not going to pick it back up. Her mommy's name is Jenice. I think I said that right? Now, let me tell you, Jenice, when I first saw your name, I was trying to say your name is Jenice. And my husband's like, no, I think it's Jenice. So I hope I'm saying that correctly. If not, feel free to correct me. You have my number. You can send me a voicemail if I'm doing it wrong. But she is adopting little Miss Harley. Yay. And what's even more exciting is this is her very first baby. And I get to be the one to send this baby to her very first baby. And so I am super excited, and I'm going to make it as special as I can for her. We're going to do some things that, well, I'm not going to give anything away. But I am super excited to be, all of us dog collectors know what that first baby means. And some of us still have our very first. I've still got my two. Now, I have tried to sell them. Well, not one of them, because he's got some rubs on his toes, and I think he has a rub on his finger. And he's the Joseph Awake, is it 6 months? I mean, the really, really big one. So he's super duper heavy. And so to mail him will be expensive. But he's got rubs on him. So, kind of the pricing of him would be difficult to mail. I don't know that I could even sell him. I don't know. An idea what you can do in situations like this is take the baby apart and use the insides, like the glass beading and stuff like that, on another doll. You can strip the doll. However, this one that I have has rooted hair, very fine blonde rooted hair. So, I don't know. I don't know very much about painting. In a situation where the hair is rooted, would you just strip the doll to the hairline? Would you try to remove all the hair? I don't know. I don't know what you would do with that. But anyway, so, I don't know what I'll do with him. I do put some glasses on him, and, since he's already got rubs, do you remember how long I've had this channel? Didn't we add it up? And it's been like 4 or 5 years now. So I guess that's how old he is. Because that's when I did my video. Was my first box opening. Well, it was the Joseph. And then I have the long sold out limited edition April sculpt. And I've also tried to sell her. And she's still for sale. But some people don't depart from their babies. Melissa from Melissa Valentine's Nursery has her very first baby. Now Sandra from Frozen and Time Reborns, she has had many, many babies over the years, and I know she's had her baby Jack Preston. I don't know if that was her first reborn. I don't know, but she's had him for, I think she said, like 4 years now. I think that's what she said, 4 or 5 years. So, I mean, that's a long time, Another good dolly. Oh, you can look at Cuddles by Christina. I'm sure that she's got all kinds of babies in her collection, so I'm sure she's got some from way back. Excuse me. And the same with Christy from CJ's Little Ducklings. She has so many babies. I don't know. I'm willing to bet she may have her first baby her first reborn. I am just so excited for Jenice. Jenice, did you know? Okay, so my middle name is Denise. I thought that was pretty cool. Jenice and Denise. But I am so excited to be the first person to deliver a baby to her, through the mail, kind of. But she's been friends with Sandra and Melissa, and I just want to say I owe Melissa, who sent Jenice to me for Harley, a super big thank you, lady. Mwah, 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 mwah. Big kisses, big hugs to you. And thank you, Sandra. I know that you were also communicating with Jenice. Thank you so much. Mwah, 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 to you too. Love you. I love these ladies. I love them. And one of the reasons why I love them is because they are so accepting of people. They have, from the very beginning, never judged me, my goofiness. my southern accent, you know, oh, you guys, I can't stand the way I sound on video. I very, very seldom go back and watch my videos because I cringe at my voice. And Jenice was actually saying that I sounded like a Southern Belle, and I asked Jenice, I was like, well, what do people mean when they say that? Because I cringe at my voice. I can't stand the way I sound. I want to cover my ears and la 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 la. You know, I can't do it. And she told me, well, coming, from her, what the way she thinks about it is a compliment. You know, a Southern Belle is someone who has manners, and she gave me a list of things, and it was actually very, very sweet, very, very nice. So thank you, Jenice. Thank you so much for that compliment, and I will gladly, if that's what Southern Belle means, I will gladly accept that. But anyway, so I don't like the way I sound, but back to what I'm saying. And Christina, these people have all welcomed me. They've never judged me. Sina, you're one too. And of course, Christy's never ever judged me either. The comment Sina left about my makeup, I was going to say that on this video, and I forgot to go look it up because I had forgot, Sina, what it was. It's what the kids these days say about your makeup is, oh my goodness, I told you I would completely mess it up if I tried to say it. Something to the gods or something like that. Oh, well, thank you, Sina. Thank you very much. That was from my last video. So today I was like, man, my makeup, I had so many compliments on how good my makeup looked. What am I going to do now? Do I just keep doing the same, the yellow on the inside and the pink on the outside? It is actually not even a pink. It's almost red that I wear on the outside. And the brand of eyeshadow is called Lemonade. Well, it was Maybelline, and it's called Lemonade Craze. And I'm not even going to show you the condition that it's in. And let me tell you why. Because it's like 3 years old. It's eyeshadow. It's an eyeshadow palette, and it's my favorite palette. And I've not seen. I will. You know what? I will look it up. I will Google and see if I can find it. They came out with those, and they were under. I think they were under like people who have green eyes. These are your colors. People who have blue eyes. These are your colors, and that's where I got it from. And that was several years ago, and it's very pigmented. I think it's pigmented. I think that's the correct way to say that. Sorry, I'm venturing off. I'm digressing. Okay, so congratulations. I'm tongue-tied. Congratulations to Jenice on baby Harley. I can't wait to hear when you get her. What her new name will be. I was telling Jenice that her name with me was Journey, because I had purchased this baby from another person in Canada, and that was selling the artists a group of these babies, and she was actually I'm pretty sure she was actually even a spring collection, and that's funny because you're getting her now in the spring as well. But, hey, you know what? Have you ever heard of a woohoo girl? Yeah, woohoo! I'm a woohoo girl. Woohoo! But anyway, so I purchased this baby through this doll collector that was selling these for the bundle of dolls for the artist. And so this Harley, little Harley here, she came all the way to Texas. She went all the way back to Canada because she didn't come to my house. She came all the way back to Texas. Still didn't come to my house. Went all the way back to Canada and then sat in a post office somewhere the woman who sent her, who mailed her out, had to like go and search and call this post office where she was sitting and have the doll actually brought back to her house. Or maybe she had to go pick her up. I can't remember. Okay, because she was just sitting there for weeks, just sitting there. So then Harley by this time the box had, sorry, I was looking to see, I had a notification come across the screen. So by this time the box was pretty beat up. So this doll collector opened her up. She was fine. Her packages in there were fine. And so she got reboxed and remailed out again to me. And this time, on the third's a charm, she made it actually home to me. And wow, what a journey that was, you know. Thank God it's not a real baby. Can you imagine? So so her name became Journey after that, for that very reason. And now she's fixing to take another big journey somewhere else, and it is in the United States. I don't want to say where Jenice is from because, you know, that's private information. But Melissa and Sandra know where she's from. They are very familiar with the place that she is from. And yes, got to get my lip gloss on. Yeah, y'all don't want to see no dry, cracked lips, do you? Okay, so there's that. And very happy for you, Jenice. I'm going to make it as special as I can for you, girl. And I'm so very excited for you to join us. It would be awesome if you started doing videos too. I don't know if that's something that you even want to consider or not, but it would. I hope you get to take pictures and send me pictures of your box opening if you don't get to do a video. But no pressure. No pressure. Okay. Back to Sandra and Melissa and Christy and Christina. I have not like chit-chatted with Taddy on Reborn Taddy. However, we've left messages, you know, under each other's videos and stuff like that. He's never judged either. So there are very few people out there that have been judgmental. Now, they're not all good. There are some bad eggs out there, and I've come across a few bad eggs. But I'm not here to point fingers because my nail broke. I know, I was going to say stupid, but I'm not stupid. I'm just goofy silly. Okay, so, saying that, I have been shouting out a channel I didn't know a lot about. And I'm not going to say the name of this channel. I'm not going to say the name of this person. I was really enjoying this channel, though. This person did some Bible reading on it. And, sorry, I got another notification when I look up like that. I don't know if you even noticed. But, anyway, she did some, like, usually the first of it, of her videos, she did some play with her dolls. And then at the very end of her video, she would do scripture reading. And, you know, she would pick up where she left off the day before in her Bible. And I like that. I really enjoyed that. You know, it's not for me to say what Sandra or Melissa or Christy or Christina or Taddy's views are on the Christian line, whether they believe or not. It's not for me. But you know what? They never judged me for me loving Jesus and me, you know, and talking about Jesus and for teaching my kids a certain way. They never judged me for that. They were They just love me. They just love me, okay? And what does my shirt say? It says, love like Jesus. Jesus loves all of us. And that's how we are supposed to be. We're supposed to love everybody. Anyway, so I was watching a video. I was watching this video from this content creator. And she's a small channel like myself. And I don't know what happened. Today I saw a side that I had never seen before. And I've not been watching her very long. But I saw something that hurt my heart, you know. She kind of went on, and I've noticed before in some of her videos that she had talked about the gays, the gay community, LGTB, is it Q? I can't even remember the order, or so I'm sorry, you know, on that. And that is a very sensitive subject for me. And it's a sensitive subject because someone very, very, very dear to me that I would lay down my life for is gay and has married somebody of the same sex. And so, but I know this person. This person is my son. I know him. I mean, we know our children, right? Mommies know their children more than anybody else in this world will ever know besides their spouse. I know my son. I know his thoughts. I know, just like God knows our thoughts, God knows our ways. A mother knows her child's thoughts. A mother knows their child's ways. And my son, I felt like was under attack today. And I felt like I needed to defend my child. And my heart hurt for him. Because this content creator, the way she put things out there today, was almost an attack. You could feel the hate vibrating off of her for a gay community. Not just a gay community, the gay community, not just the gay community, but also people who identify as animals, I guess is what you would say. And I don't know, do the kids call those Furbies these days? I don't know. You know. Here's the thing, okay? I'm not all-knowing. So I don't know what all lies out there in the universe. My belief is God knows. I don't. God also knows each one of us. He knew us before we were born. And I'm trying to say this without being rude, without coming off as an ugly person, without coming off hateful. Okay, so I don't, when you have a human being sitting there and say so there is this meme that a lot of people have seen. Maybe you've seen it on Instagram or shorts on YouTube or something like that, and this cop pulls somebody over and and they're claiming, that they identify as a cat. Okay. Well, I don't agree with that. Okay. And what I don't agree with is I have cats, and you don't look like a cat to me. But you know what? Okay. Okay. You want to identify as a cat? Well, is that going to hurt me? No. Is that going to hurt me getting into heaven? No. What's going to hurt me getting into heaven is hating the people that are like that. Not loving the people that want to identify like that. That's what's going to put me in a place I don't want to be. We know we get to, and I'm speaking about Christian believers. We know we get to heaven by accepting Christ into our hearts. And then when we get there, if we want Him to call us His good and faithful servant, that is according to our works here, what we do here. And by works, I think a lot of that is serving others, So I don't want to put on anybody sorry, this is such a touchy subject with so many people, in the community. And I'm not trying to, if I was trying to just please anybody, I would go with somebody that says that, I would go with one way here and one way here and one way there, and I'm not. What I'm just trying to say is we have to love. If we are Christian people, good Christian people, then we're supposed to show love to everybody, and even our enemy. It says we're supposed to love our enemy. And that's a hard one. That's a hard one. That's a very hard one, But, okay, I want to read something. Okay, guys, can y'all bear with me just for a little bit? And it is from the Bible, okay? And I'm going to have to get my readers on, my seeing eye glasses. And just hang with me for a moment, because it's a story in the Bible, and it's a beautiful story. It's a very beautiful story. And I just and actually Sandra suggested that I do read this. So if you would just please just stick with me for maybe 5 minutes on this, okay? Okay, so this comes from, hang on, let me grab this. I also took some notes, okay? So it's from John, and it's in chapter 8, and it's verses 1 through 12, okay? And it says that everyone went to his own house, but Jesus went to the Mount of Olives. Now, early in the morning, he came again into the temple, and all the people came to him, and he sat down and he taught them. And then the scribes and the Pharisees brought to him a woman that had been caught in adultery. And when they had set her in the midst, okay, they said to him, so in front of everybody, the Pharisees and the scribes brought this woman and put her in front of everybody. And they said to Jesus, "Teacher, this woman was caught in adultery, and she was caught in the very act. Now Moses in the law commanded us that such should be stoned." So they were ready to pick up these stones and stone this woman. I'm not talking about Bob Dylan everybody must get stoned. I'm not talking about that. Okay? I'm talking about these men were, and actually this was a plot, that they said this, they were testing Jesus so that they might have something of which to accuse Jesus of, because they weren't happy with him as of right now, okay? Let me just go on. So Jesus stooped down and he wrote in the ground with his finger, as though he did not even hear them, okay? And so when they continued asking him, he raised himself up and he said to them, "He who is without sin among you, let them be the first one to throw that stone." And then again, he stooped back down and he started writing in the ground. Then those who heard it, being convicted by their conscience, went out one by one, beginning with the oldest, even to the last. And then Jesus was left alone with the woman standing there in the midst. And I'm guessing this is saying that, like, in the midst of the people that he was teaching. But the Pharisees and the scribes and whoever else came to, try to trick Jesus, and then also to stone this woman, I guess they all left one by one. And when Jesus raised himself up, and he saw that none of the other people but him and the woman were left, he said to the woman, "Woman, where are those accusers of yours? Has no one condemned you?" And she said, "No one, Lord." And Jesus said to her, "Neither do I condemn you. Go and sin no more." The reason I wanted to share this, I wanted to read this, was when Jesus bent down and was writing in the sand. I wonder what he was writing. Do you think that he was listening? Do you think he was possibly, and this is just guessing, but I wonder if he was writing down all the different sins that there are, because there's, profanity, there's not loving people, so I guess you would say almost even borderline hate, hey, that's a sin, robbing, killing, adultery. There's all these other sins, and so I envision, what if Jesus was listing these things, and these, Pharisees and scribes that are standing around are like, "Oh, he just called me out, busted. I'm just gonna ease on out of this place, like I wasn't even here. I'm just gonna slither back out, we can't cast stones." And there's another saying in the Bible, and it's one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite. And it's, quit trying to pluck. Now, I'm not, I've said this several times on my channel, and I'm wanting to say that Penny actually, from Playful Reborns, actually, was it this? She fills me in on scriptures sometimes. She says it, so she may get it the correct way. But quit trying to and this is me talking to that individual that was, she almost, she had disgust and hate vibrating off of her. I mean, to the point that it upset me, as a person, and I cried, and so we have to, so this is me speaking to her. Quit trying to pluck the thorn from your neighbor's eye when you have a log in your own. And that's from the Bible. Your hate for the gay community has been pretty strong in your videos the last several times. And this last video that I watched seemed very extreme. And you made fun of people, and it almost seemed like you were belittling people, and it just came across very hurtful. And no, you're right. In the Bible it does say that we shouldn't soften the words of Christ. We should speak the words of Christ that is in the Bible and not try to soften it for people who are around, just so we don't hurt their feelings, or just so that we're more accepting in the world and becoming more worldly. We're not supposed to do that. But this wasn't that. You weren't. You were actually very hurtful, yeah. And we're not supposed to be that way. We're not supposed to hurt each other, But above all else, love is the number one thing, And so we're supposed to show everybody love, no matter what. Even if we don't agree with their lifestyle, we're still supposed to love them, and we're not supposed to judge them and make fun of them, bully them. We still have to show love. And there was a lot. So anyway, long story short, I don't know why I didn't just click off and go somewhere else. I do know why. Because I'm a mother. I'm a mother of a child that has been through a lot and been hurt a lot from people like that. And like I said, I know my child, and my child loves God, and he has accepted God into his life. Where he goes and what he does in life will be between him and the Lord when that day comes. The same as you, and where you go and what becomes of you with the Lord is between you and Christ. But you can't tell people, be careful of what you're teaching. Be careful of what you're teaching, because it can be almost some of it whenever you're speaking, and that the venom that's coming off of you, others may think that that's how you're supposed to be, and that's how you're supposed to feel towards people, and that's borderline false teaching. And a false teacher, it's not good. It also says in the Bible, what happens to a false teacher. So be careful. Be careful of where you go and with what you're putting out there. Be careful, because you could teach the wrong thing, and then that's also a consequence of what's going to happen to you when you get up there and you see Jesus and you talk to him. 1 John 4:7-8 says, "Beloved, let us love one another, for love is from God, And everyone who loves has been born of God and knows God. Anyone who do not love does not know God, because God is love. Okay, so that's all I have to say for tonight. That's all I got to say about that. Or however Forrest Gump says it. I think Sandra is a huge fan of Forrest Gump, and maybe Melissa too. My husband, when we first got married, him and our best friend, we shared the same best friend, every single day would pop that VHS in and watch that movie. I had that whole movie memorized. So, we don't watch Forrest Gump around here anymore. I'm like, put your headphones in, pull it up on your phone. I don't want to watch that. That's how I do a lot of things in the evening time. If Brian is a sports fanatic, or anything competitive fanatic. So anything that, and here lately, it's been basketball, soccer, and rodeo. Basketball, soccer, and rodeo. I like bull riding, but I don't like to watch it on TV. I like to go to the arena, which I don't go to the arena very much because there's a lot of people that always go. I did back in the younger days. I don't like getting into tight spaces, and so I try not. We don't go. But anyway, I don't care to watch it on TV. And he don't watch the rodeos on TV. He watches the bull riding or the bronc riding. So what I do is I watch what's called the Sandra Show. He'll ask. We were taking turns. You know, we do have a TV in our bedroom, and so at night, you know, we would take turns. Okay, it's your night. Well, he knows my night is going to be true crime, which he doesn't like really watching any true crime. He'll watch, one here and there, but for the most part, he doesn't. So when I'm watching it, when it's my night, I watch true crime, and he'll pull up whatever on his computer laptop and watch his. And then on his night, I put in the headphones. Now, I've been lucky because Sandra's been making videos almost every day. So I'm like, I'm making a video today, girl. Because when I go to bed at night, I put my headphones in, and I'm not even going to bed. I go in there, I set unwind, is what I call it, an unwind. And actually, it's putting Aurora to sleep. She goes to sleep in our bed every night. And she's like, Mom, tickle me. So this tickle thing started with me as a little girl. My dad was an EMT, and he worked the night shift. And he would come home for lunch, and he started this when I was just a newborn baby. According to my mom, the stories, he started this thing we call tickle. Now, a lot of people don't know what this is, but it's just where somebody does this very slowly, very lightly on your skin, and that's how he would get me to go to sleep, is he would tickle my face, as a baby, and tickle my arms, and that's what put me to sleep every night. And it became an issue for my mom, that she had to tickle me on the nights that Dad wasn't there to get me to go to sleep. And I can remember the day she refused to come and tickle me, and I had to try to put myself to sleep. I was 5 years old. I wouldn't put myself to sleep. And I was 5 years old, and we were at my aunt's house, and I don't know why we were there so late, but I don't know. I can't even remember. But my brother and I had laid down in the bed, and he was out. He's 4 years younger than me, so I'm guessing he's about 1 at this point in time. And she's like, I am not coming in there to tickle you, Carla. Go to sleep. And I was devastated. I mean, I remember crying. Well, something has happened. My baby, out of the 6 children we have, My baby likes to be tickled every night. And she don't like it when Daddy does it, because Daddy don't have nails and it don't feel good. And I'm like, well, who's going to tickle me? Nobody ever tickles me. And Brian's like, always, always. Carla, will you scratch my back? Carla, scratch my back. And, you know, and I'll start scratching. He's like, over to the right, to the right, to the right. So I'm moving over to the right. And then go down. So I'm going, now I have to go down. Oh, no, go back up. The scratching his back thing is like a 5-minute process. And I'm like, nobody ever scratches me. Nobody ever tickles me. Nobody ever massages my shoulder. Nobody ever rubs my feet. You know, I just want a massage. I just want my shoulders. I've got so much stress here. I'm sore all the time. Come on, people. So every now and then she'll give me a little tickle, but it's mostly just to appease Mama whenever I'm like, who's going to tickle me? And she'll be like, okay. And, you know, and she'll do this number, you know, for a minute. And then she, you know. And then it's done. And then I'll give a little shake in my arm for her to start doing it again. Okay, so Brian, occasionally, if we're sitting on the couch and I'm on one end and he's on the other, and I'll put my feet up on his lap and I'll... and he'll look at me and he'll be like, what do you want? With my feet. And so occasionally he's like, you never rub my feet though. Well, that's because I don't have foot fungus. You have foot fungus. I don't want to touch foot fungus. If you want me to rub your feet, I mean, you got to put on a clean pair of socks, and I've got to get some gloves on because I'm still not going to touch your feet. I'm not going to do it. Nope. I don't need fungus on these beautiful nails and pointer finger. Okay, guys, I've been on here just jabbering about nothing. I have new babies and you know what, you guys? I don't know which one to show. I keep going through my mind. Do I want to show Farrah? Now, I have not picked a name for my Tessa sculpt or my Kiko sculpt yet, you know, and I keep going in my head, which one do I don't know, because I feel like I'm showing favoritism if I show one and not the other, so I don't know which one I want to bring on. But today I had to bring Harley because I'm very happy for Jenice and her new little bunka. And I think she's going to be very happy too. And I'm going to do something special. I'm going to make it so special for you. So, okay, everybody. Thank you. If you've stayed with me this long and you've listened to my, I guess maybe a little preaching there. And all I'm saying is, all you need is love. Bum ba da 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 dum. All you need is love. Bum ba da da dum. Okay, that's it. You know, my voice don't go up, doesn't go down. It's just that flat tone, so that's what you get. Let's love one another right now. Hey, joy tomorrow. Right now. Hey. Okay, I don't know who sings that, but that's more of a rocky rock kind of. Didn't John Lennon do one too? I know he did. What's it called? Brian, you there? He's either ignoring me. You can probably hear the TV. He's got turned up. That man, he listens to it like full blast. We even have a night-night zone. Yeah. So, like, if I roll over and go to sleep, I'm like, put it in the night-night zone. He's got to turn it down to, like, where you can barely hear. And vice versa, you know, too. If he rolls over and goes to sleep, he's like, put it in the night zone. Oh, but he's been so lucky. That's what I was saying a while ago. He's been so lucky because Sandra's been doing a video almost every day. And when she does a video every day, then guess what? At night, on my unwind time, I'm watching the Sandra show. I'm watching myself. Now, I don't get to watch the Melissa show till the next morning because usually she puts hers out, you know, at a time that whenever I'm waking up, it's coming on. Yeah, or you know, it's there for me to watch. You know, because sometimes she does her videos at like 3 o'clock in the morning, you know. So if she's doing videos at that time or, you know, 5 o'clock in the morning or whenever she's doing episodes, then I get to watch them when I wake up in the morning before the kiddos get here. And I'm not going to kid y'all. A lot of y'all's videos are done in ×2 speed. I've got to get my videos in, ladies and gentlemen. I have to get those videos in before my littles get here. Because once they get here, well, you know, they're demanding. Littles are demanding. And they need time. And they need lessons. And so, you know, you got to squeeze in what you can squeeze in really fast. And Brian and Mason, they have walked by, you know, in the evening time. Sometimes I'm watching everybody in fast speed. And they're like, how can you watch that and understand what they're saying? I'm like, if you've watched the person long enough, you get adjusted to what they're saying, and then you get adjusted to the fast speed, and it's like normal speed then. And then when you put it in like regular normal time speed, then it's like slow motion. So yes, I listen to a lot of my true crimes too, and in the fast speed. It's what I know. We're in the fast lane, right? I'm so goofy. I'm such a nerd, dork, whatever. That's okay. I accept it, and I love like Jesus. Thank you, all my. What do I call you? I don't want to say groupie because that's kind of a little, you know, like. I want to say all my. Do I say road dogs? Isn't Road Dogg like one of the wrestlers off of WWE? Yeah, there's a Road Dogg. You know, back in the day when we were watching wrestling, there was Road Dogg. I don't think he's on it anymore, though. But I don't know because I don't watch wrestling anymore. Mason was watching wrestling just here recently. And, you know, we try to monitor everything that our kids watch. And we're pretty strict about what we allow them to watch. Mason's a teenager now, you know, and he's got his first phone line. And stop. And so he's had his head stuck in his phone a lot, and he was watching wrestling. And so I had the conversation with him, you know, we're believers. Don't judge me. That's okay if you do. But we're believers of, you know, watching certain things lets certain things in to your life. Listening to certain things can let certain things in to your life. And if you've seen wrestling, which, I mean, even if you've not seen watched the actual videos of wrestling, I'm sure you've seen a preview, and a lot of it is very sexual. You know, the women wear very revealing clothing, and it is what it is. And you know what? Not just the women wear revealing clothes. You know, some of the men do too. You know, some of them come out in little Speedo thingies. You know, so I was asking Mason, you know, and I said to him one day, you know, watching some of that stuff, you know, we talk about, you know, certain music you listen to can let things in, and he knows what I'm talking about, you know. He says, yeah, and I'm like, well, you know, even watching certain things, I mean, can also do that as well. And he's like, yeah, and I was like, well, so when you're watching the wrestling and stuff, and it shows, you know, sexual things, or it's an and it's not just wrestling, you know, it's a lot of the stuff out there these days, you know, just a lot of the stuff out there for anybody to watch, you know. I was like, how does that make you feel, you know, when you're watching that stuff? How does that make you feel? I mean, what does it, you know, anyway, so we did have a little discussion about that, and I haven't really heard him watching it, but it just, you know, he's a teenager, you know, we still have to be careful with what we allow our children to watch, but we've also got to prepare them, you know, for when we're not there to stand over and watch. We've also got to prepare them for what is out there. Excuse me. I got a froggy in my throat. One of the kids used to say something. I can't remember what it was. One of the kids used to say something as well. Ooh. New video. Oh, well, it said new video started. Okay, well, I better get off the phone. I better get off now because I think it's telling me I have to. So, thank you all for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share. Until next time, bye-bye.